open. I would love to
Yeah,
tell Katie what we are up to, and Lydia is here now.
yeah.
Hello, beautiful.
Hi.
You are such a
Hi.
sunshine. Hi.
Lydia, Danka,
Yes.
Katie.
Katie, nice to see.
Hello.
Super nice to see you too. Like
Yeah,
both
nice
of
I
you,
know.
nice
three
to
of
meet
you.
you.
Nice to meeting you.
Nice to
Yeah.
meet you. Great.
So,
Great.
well, then we do like an introduction of what the retreat is going to be, what are who we are, and then we have a couple of slides and any questions that you want to ask. So we'll start with Danka.
Okay, so as you know, Katie, already, my name is Danka, and I teach and practice yoga and shiatsu and other modalities for, let's say, over 20 years now. And my expertise or main system, yoga system I practice and I study was Ashtanga Yoga first, very intensively for 10 years. And I did training for primary and intermediate series in Ashtanga Yoga. And then I move to more, I would say, open and therapeutic system with Mechistini, which is Vinyasa Krama Yoga. So, what is the kind of like a main, maybe same way to teach? I would call it traditional way. We can question that, but it's more teaching and practicing through self practice. So, when I teach people, I always have a before interview with everyone and talk what in what not just like a physical condition, but often also mental condition, what kind of lifestyle people have and what they would need to work on, literally, what they would like to, what their goal is, and what define the way, what sequence would be good to practice. And all is taught individually, which means that you are learning the sequence. You can practice then individually, independently on your own. And the sequence is designed for you, for your needs, if that makes sense. If you have any question while I'm talking and something is not clear, you can ask. So, for example, you would need to work on your core strengthening because you have a lower back pain or you have even experienced some injury. So we can have a look like what is the maybe mobility in your body because, of course, after injury, our body adapt and change. So, or we can maybe look in your lifestyle. If you have a very busy and stressful lifestyle, we can choose more yin practice, more some practice which is more grounding. Or if you feel like you need a more movement and more vinyasa floor, more something dynamic, we can choose this way some another sequences. And of course, like because we choose for this retreat it's 7 days, it's very good time also to build up good practice to learn the sequence, or you can work also on the sequence if you, I know that you practice also some yoga and you have some sequence, so we can have a look also on your sequence, and maybe I will see that there is something to add or maybe something to change, like giving you variation. So there are many options how you can maybe, it depends really on of your goal. If you want to improve something or you want to really maybe strengthen or you want to ground, so from energy level, and also if you would like to maybe improve your practice, your own, or learn completely new sequence. So that I would say, and also like through these 7 days, it's what we will do. It's in the morning we will practice the way how I explain, and in the evening we will have a workshop on specific topic on the base of the group of people who will come. Can be really focus on back bend or handstand, definitely pranayama. We will come back to foundation and learn how to breathe properly and how to use the breath also during the asana practice, or also how to access the nervous system through vagus nerve, through yoga kriyas and different techniques, and also to tap a little more into creativity in through the other exercises. So yeah, that's if you have any question, you can ask. If I didn't say something, which would you like to know? Yeah.
Great, thank
I
you,
don't know
Nan.
if I have any specific questions, but I have to say one of the aspects of what you described that really would be very exciting for me is the fact that you would be doing like kind of creating individual practices, right? Like focusing on each person and where they're at. Because I mean, honestly, one of the reasons I've kind of dropped my practice a little bit is because I feel like I'm getting more and more injuries and I just don't want to
Mm.
exacerbate any of them. And I feel like I don't necessarily have the tools and the knowledge to do a practice that is not going to harm my body more.
Yeah.
Meniscus tear and like labral tear and, just like these things that I'm like, oh, they're just, yeah. So that I just wanted to know that sounds very appealing to me. I like that. So
Nice.
you've done this type of workshop or retreat before, kind of creating these individual type of practices based
Yes.
on each person?
Yes, so I am studying intensively. Actually, Vinyasa Krama, I'm still continue study, or I mean practicing with my teacher for over last 9 years, and I did retreats all around the world, from Sydney, Croatia, Portugal, not Spain yet, but it's coming, and yeah, Slovakia. So in many places, also in Thailand. So, and I do teach this way for all those years. I mean, like when I was teaching Ashtanga, of course, was more rigid, let's say, because that's how I was taught. But since 2017, I'm studying Vinyasa Krama, and since then I have absolutely um, I involve more variation. And in Vinyasa Krama system, I learn 12 sequences. So there are main sequences which have variation, but of course, because I practice this and I try also myself other systems, I'm trying to do just my best to really combine everything and see and put on the in front of me, the individual and what they need, not what I learn or what I do practice. Yeah. So I am teaching for last 20 years. So
And
I hope this.
then another question, kind of thinking about like the variety of people that I know around here and the different like levels that they're at in yoga, anywhere from like don't practice to like practice, every other day or every day. Like, so in your retreats, do you generally kind of have students that are coming to you from a certain place of yoga, like they have a set practice, or is it just anybody? Like, what is your preference for like who you feel like you could cater to kind of the most or the best or whatever word you want to use there, as far as their
Hmm.
background and practice in yoga?
I did teach complete beginners, which I really prefer. Sunny disappear somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can teach from complete difference to advanced sequences. I did practice advanced in Ashtanga and also in advanced Vinyasa Krama, but I can't say I do have a preference. I mean, the preference for me is someone who is open and willing to learn and who is committed. That's what I need as a teacher. But really, no, I'm sorry. Doesn't matter if those people are complete beginners or they have some experiences. And that's why I said, because I practice also, for example, last winter season Pranavasha yoga, which is again different. And
Yeah.
I think we talk about yoga, and for me, yoga means uh, really a union with consciousness. And doesn't matter what kind of system you practice, it needs to be what is important, that is working for you and you feel benefits from the practice. But yeah, in regarding the level of practice, doesn't matter for me. Yeah.
Yeah. And then having a mixed class of all the different levels is something that you feel like is, welcomed. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. When you see Vinyasa Krama class like self practice, it looks a bit like a chaos because everyone is practicing something else. So at first glance, but because you are following basically your breath and you are following the sequence, it's enough to stay focused for your practice and do what you need. And I'm there just holding the, not just holding, but holding the space, and to see how also I'm very much open, and that's how I work also with people. If we have an even sequence, which is designed, for example, by Matthew, it doesn't matter if it's Ashtanga or it's Vinyasa Krama or another system, and I see that working with people after a couple of days or repetition of the sequence, something doesn't work for them, then we change. It's always a conversation, and it's always, trying to progress over the time. Yeah, and that's why we also, I think, choose 1 week, not just a couple of days like usually, retreats are over the weekend, because then we can both see, or all see, some changes, and we have a time to work and maybe change or adapt whatever is needed, either with pranayama or asana practice. Yeah,
Thank you.
very welcome.
Great. That's why I love retreats.
Yeah.
Because you have the time to deepen, to expand, to rest. It's not just the physical, but you come back, renew. I mean, every time I go to a retreat, I feel like a new person. I'm like, oh yeah, it's just so fulfilling, And I think the whole intention of creating, what we're trying to do here in Spain is because of this experience that I felt, that Danka feels, and I know what other people experience too. And when you gather everybody together trying to heal and feel good, it's like everybody helping each other, to go into the world and feel better, and kind of is like an experience that stays with you for not just the retreat, but for a long time. It may be that you do one retreat in your life, but you'll be like, oh, it was so nice, I wish I can do it again. And maybe some people do it, maybe some people don't, but I think it's a wonderful experience. And I happen to live next to a beautiful place, right now, that I just feel like, okay, it just came to me, and I'm like, I have to do something with this place and bring people together, people that I care. And Danka, I know her for like 9 years, and I know she's a great teacher. It's a beautiful practice that I admired a lot. So, and then you have Lydia that here has, like, offering amazing meals, and is very conscious about amazing cooking from the heart, from the teachings of her mother and her traditions from Spain. And she grows gardens and brings to table really fresh vegetables. She knows the value of food, like you, Katie, that connection. And I just feel that the integration of all that is just it can just make a beautiful experience for anybody. So maybe Danka, you want to show a little bit the slideshow. I know, Katie, you've
Yes.
been in
Yeah.
Mammatilla, but we're maybe show these to other people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so it's a one before.
Yeah.
There you go. So it's just a beautiful place here in the countryside of Girona. Is actually the founder. She's been open for 15 years, and this was an old farmhouse that it has like maybe about 600 years old, and their family. And she's been transforming this place in a very beautiful space. You can just keep going.
I love
You know,
this. I don't know what it is, but it's so. I
it's
want to
like all
sit
these
there.
domes and things that have some sort of inspiration, like, with nature, and like with like secret geometry. They have a beautiful teepee where they make, like, every Tuesday they sing, and people come together to sing over there, to nature, to love, to anybody. There's some great spaces for like sitting down, have a tea, relax. Yeah, this is the inside yoga room, which is really beautiful. It's very simple. It has a lot of feng shui. You just enter, and it's just a nice place to just do your practice. And also there's a beautiful platform by the swimming pool that is really pretty, and they're fixing the ceiling and everything, so we can also do practice outdoors, which that's what we do in the retreats in Bali, and it's wonderful to do it in the
And
open air.
I wanted to ask, actually, Sunny, this space, there is this small little Buddha sitting. How big is this?
Oh, it's big. It expands to the side.
Oh
Yeah,
wow,
it
okay.
extends to the side,
Because
so
that's
you
what I thought, like that would be nice to do, like some qigong practices, what I was thinking to do after
oh, and that
following the
too.
creative
Yeah, you can do that. Oh, yeah,
workshop
we
or
can put
something.
many mats. There's a lot of green spaces that are really nice. You can keep going.
Mhm. So this is
So
the
there's
pool.
places to chill, little hammocks, a beautiful swimming pool, a space to relax. The rooms are really pretty. They're like very, very well taken care of. They have heating. They have also air conditioning. You know, everything is really clean. It's simple, but at the same time, is luxurious in a way. You know, but with a very nice, very organic decoration and the spirit of the place. Yeah.
Oh my God. I want
Yeah,
to, I want to eat this.
and then you get to, like, you know, the best part of our retreat is getting nourished, right? With
I'm very
beautiful
Yes,
food.
excited.
yeah,
These are
Very,
just
yeah,
very.
some of the pictures that Lydia has. So Lydia, you take
yeah.
it now.
Well, first, I'm like, I cannot be more excited, like, of about this journey. And really, my heart is full, my mind goes crazy, and yes, I'm better cooking than talking, and I'm a little bit better writing. So last night I just sit and thought about all this experience, and I just would love to share what I wrote for you girls, and from anyone that was in the meeting. That for me is gonna be easier, and it's coming from my heart anyway. And so I will be taking care of the food experience during this retreat, and I'm really, really happy to be part of such an amazing journey. My work is deeply connected to the earth, fresh ingredients, conscious cooking, local product, and the idea that food can also support well being, balance, and inner connection. For me, cooking at this retreat is not only about preparing meals, it is about creating a space where all of you feel cared for and supported throughout the entire experience, connecting with each of your bodies. Every dish it will be created with intention using fresh, seasonal, and vibrant ingredients to bring energy, pleasure, balance, and light to both body and mind. And I'm really looking forward to this beautiful experience together. I believe that when we eat consciously, we also open a space to reconnect with ourselves more deeply. And it is my intention that every table, every flavor, and every shared meal becomes part of this journey of well being, connection, and inner